Hartung.
You look like a sympathetic crowd. So I'm a little different, for a comic. One thing, I turned 68 this year. Yeah, I didn't think I'd make it this far either. But the good news is I don't look a day over 85. It's my skin treatment that does it. I noticed now that I'm older, I can't tolerate large quantities of drugs and alcohol anymore. Really any quantities. So the only way I get high now is secondhand pot smoke. Like I'll see a guy on the street smoking a joint, and I'll get up kind of uncomfortably close, and I'll just take it in. And then I walk up and down the block a little bit, and when I get close, I lean in again. I say thank you. So that's how that works. But the other thing that's different about me from other comics is my job. I work at a foreign policy think tank. That's the usual reaction, except for whoever that is. Anyway, so my job's supposed to be promoting world peace. And you may have noticed I'm fucking up quick. So, I should probably be fired for incompetence, but I realize as long as I sound like I know what I'm talking about, I can probably keep my job. So I was on CNN, and the guy said, Mr. Hartung, what's next for Ukraine? And I'm thinking, how the fuck should I know? Do I look like a foreign policy expert? And then I was like, oh shit, I actually am supposed to be a foreign policy expert. So I said, can I have a lifeline? Like on the game shows, I'd call a colleague who might know something about Ukraine. And they were like, absolutely not. And I said, okay, well, here's how it is, Brent. First of all, thank you so much for asking me that question. I think they're either going to hunker down for a long war, or they're going to go straight to the negotiating table. And only time will tell. It's nearly like only time will tell. What kind of bullshit answer is that? But the host bought it, so it was okay. But I have another big problem when I go on TV, which is that, I don't really look like an expert. There's this thing called the resting face, what you look like when you're on camera and not saying anything. And my resting face makes it look like I'm about to fall asleep. So, they'll say like, we're joined by William Hartung, and I'll be like, so needless to say, I gotta fix that, And so I started using gestures. And I went back on the same show. And said, well, we're joined by William Hartung. So I went, which wasn't exactly the look I was hoping for. But anyway, then they put me on the screen, split screen, debating this guy. And he started talking, so I went, and then he said something silly, so I went, and then he went completely over the top, so I went, I did that on Fox News once. I was banned for life. Because they have such high standards over there. Then I thought, well, I probably need a new job. And I was like, I'll be a full-time foreign policy comedian. So I can make the big bucks. And the only thing is I don't have enough material. So I went on ChatGPT and I asked for foreign policy jokes. And, because what could go wrong, right? And it ends up a lot could go wrong. So like one of the jokes was like, why did the diplomat, bring a ladder to the international meeting? And the answer was because he thought foreign policy was going to reach new heights. So I'm thinking ChatGPT probably should keep its day job. But the good news is, like, the jokes are so terrible, I'm probably not going to be replaced by a robot. Yet. So anyway, thanks a lot. It was nice.